Welcome, everybody, to your new favorite video games podcast, Get Some Games, episode 17. I'm your host, Sean, and I'm here, as always, with Weave.
Hey.
And once again, Ben is out this week, but hopefully he'll be back next week. We almost got him, but he had to bounce at the last second. So, for those of you that don't know, Get Some Games is a weekly video games podcast where we talk about all the latest news in video games and bring at least one major topic of discussion. So if you like that idea, please subscribe to us right here on YouTube and all podcast services. Follow us on Twitter at @GetSome_games, and please share us with your friends. Before we jump into the news this week, just similar to last week, I want to bring up our Rock Band 4 guitar tournament starts the day that this podcast goes live, so Monday the 4th. So it's probably too late to sign up. It might not be if you're listening to this right away. Sign-ups start at 3 p.m. or sign-ups end at 3 p.m. Eastern. But we currently have 98 people signed up, which is a fantastic turnout. A lot better than what I was hoping for, considering the disaster that our UFC tournament was. But this is going really well. We have 98 people signed up. It's really interactive so far with a great community doing it. And I don't think I talked about this last week on the show. I'm pretty sure this is a recent thing. We got prizes directly from Harmonix for the winner and the runner-up. So if you're interested in that, check it out at getsomegames.challenge.com/rockband4. Or just follow us on Twitter, and I'll be tweeting updates on it all the time. But if you win, you get every single DLC song Harmonix has put out in 2016 so far, not after the tournament, just so far. And if you're the runner-up, then you get the last 4 packs. So that's significant. The last 4 packs, so that'd be most likely 12 songs. I'm pretty sure every pack that they've put out so far this year has been 3 songs apiece. Not too shabby. So shout out to Harmonix for being awesome, hooking us up with that. But I'm pretty sure that's all the housekeeping news we have to take care of. So let's just jump right into it. Square Enix finally blew the doors off of Final Fantasy 15. Finally, after 10 years since Final Fantasy Versus 13.
Holy crap.
Back in E3, 2007?
I think so.
E3 2007. I'm almost positive on that one.
Back when it was Versus.
Yep. Final Fantasy Versus 13. I remember that trailer. I remember being hyped about that trailer. I remember please be excited for E3. I remember all of these things. And it's finally happened. Final Fantasy 15 Uncovered was hosted by the illustrious Greg Miller and Tim Geddes. And they did a fantastic job. They announced so much stuff. We got new trailers, which I refuse to watch because I already know I'm buying this game. I don't want to know anything about it. We got a new anime. Did you watch the anime?
No.
Oh, well,
I didn't know there was one.
Oh, yeah. There's a prequel anime following the main 4 characters. You know, the game centers around 4 characters. It's like it's like a bro road trip kind of, and it kind of centers around the beginning of their relationship, or that's how the series is being billed as. Like, that's the description. But when the series starts, they're already friends. So I don't really. But anyway, it's a prequel series that I'm a fan of. Unfortunately, it's Japanese only, so you have to watch it English subbed, which I'm not a fan of. But it's watchable, obviously. I got through it just fine. I think it was about 15 minutes long for the first episode. There's going to be 5 episodes between now and release. And there's also going to be a full CG, full-length movie.
Huh.
Yeah, which takes place during the game. So, the biggest news, though, is that Final Fantasy 15 is coming out September 30th. You can pre-order it now. They put out a platinum demo for beating the demo. Have you downloaded and played the demo?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, for beating the demo, you get the little rabbit-looking thing called Carbuncle. You can unlock him for use in the full game. Did you like the demo? Did you enjoy what you played?
It was pretty good.
Yeah, I liked it. It was. I don't know.
I could tell it was like basically a tech demo, though.
Yeah, it's definitely not like. I like that it's not just a little chunk of the game. It's definitely like a play this before you play the game to just help kind of show you what it's not even what the game is all about. I don't know, just kind of like a little setup. Because you play as crap. What's the main character's name? Noctis.
Yeah.
I think that's right. You play as him, but just as a kid. And then he turns into his adult self during the final boss battle in the demo.
It was like an Iron Giant.
Yeah. So, but I like the combat a lot. The last Square Enix game I played with real time combat was. I'm pretty sure this is really sad, but I think it was Kingdom Hearts 1. So, obviously, I was hoping for an improvement in how it felt since then, because Kingdom Hearts 1 feels super dated, because it is super dated. But I thought it felt really nice. I liked the whole dodge system, and then how it kind of has the quick time event parry block system. I know the internet hates anything with quick time events in it, but I thought it was done really well. Carbuncle annoyed the hell out of me, though.
Really?
Yeah. Like, the character itself, and like it's cute and everything, but just every time it made that like squeak sound, it squeaks like every 5 seconds, and it was really getting to me. So it's like the man, I'm drawing another blank. It's like the fairy in Ocarina of Time.
Navi?
Yeah, it's like Navi from Ocarina of Time. That's exactly what it reminded me of, and it was really getting to me. So hopefully it's not that bad in the real game, but I know Carbuncle's not going to be around that often in the real game. But I highly recommend watching the anime. Very action-packed. It's going to be, Final Fantasy is obviously super story-driven, so it's going to be really nice to set up the story. They have big-name actors doing some characters in the movie, but none of those actors are reprising their role in the game. So that's going to be kind of weird to see the character speak one way in the movie and then have the same character with a different voice in the game. That's going to throw me off for a little bit. I don't know. I don't get why they had to do that. Are more people going to watch the movie just because Sean Bean is the king? I don't know.
I don't know.
So I don't get why they couldn't just have the lesser known actor. Either that or why can't... I mean, I'm sure Sean Bean and Aaron Paul are pricey. So if you're going to pay them to do the movie, just pay them to do the game, or don't get them involved at all. I don't know. That's just me being picky. The box art is beautiful. There is a deluxe edition and a super deluxe edition. I don't remember what the super deluxe edition is called. But if you get the deluxe edition, you get a cool steelbook case. You get a fancy weapon. You get an outfit, and you can recolor the vehicle. And it comes with a physical copy of the movie. Other than, the only way to get a physical copy of the movie, they're not going to sell it in stores, but the only way is to get the deluxe edition, or the Ultimate Collector's Edition is the name of the big one. Other than that, you're going to have to either download it or stream it online. They didn't say anything about pricing or if it's free or anything like that. But the Ultimate Collector's Edition, they're making 30,000 of them, so I'm sure it's all sold out already, and it's insanely expensive. I think it's like $250. But it comes with the steelbook case, a 192-page art book, a steelbook case for the movie, a statue of Noctis holding a badass-looking sword. The Brotherhood is the name of the anime. It comes with an exclusive steelbook. And a special soundtrack. It comes with a physical release of Brotherhood, is what it seems to be. Don't quote me on that one, but that's what it's looking like. A physical copy of the anime. And then it comes with the same downloadable stuff from the deluxe edition, the outfit, the weapon, and the color for the car, along with a travel pack, a camera kit, an angler set, and a word that I don't know how to pronounce. So it looks like gourmandi set. I don't know. It's really tiny. I can't see it very well. That was a mouthful.
Yeah.
Yeah. At least you get a lot. It's expensive, but you get a lot. And that statue, It looks really cool. I'm sure it's really good quality.
In Final Fantasy, physical forms of any of their characters are always really expensive for some reason.
Yeah. In this game, they know how much is riding on this game. They know how much people want it. They know that people have been waiting for it forever. It's the first big major Final Fantasy release for quite a while. I don't know if you even want to count Final Fantasy 13, 2, and 3 as major Final Fantasy releases, considering
Nope.
nobody cared about them. But the Brotherhood anime is free on YouTube, so you don't have to worry about that. And the movie takes place during the game, and there's no release date yet. But obviously, since it comes with the deluxe edition, it's safe to assume that it comes out either the same day as the game or before. And I think that covers pretty much everything as far as just straight up facts about the game that we know so far. Besides, like, super tiny little things, like when you're racing a chocobo, you can drift with it. So, yeah, just really random things like that. But my hype for this game, when I was a kid, when it first got announced, was really high. And since then, it's just been none. Like, I never even think about this game. But then, as soon as this event happened, it skyrocketed to, like, towards the very top of my most anticipated games. So, how about you? Has the hype been really getting to you for this game?
It's kinda, I guess.
Yeah. 'Cause you're not huge on Final Fantasy, but you really like it. At least you're huge on Final Fantasy 7.
Oh yeah, I'm more excited for that than 15, to be honest.
Yeah, but that's just so far away.
And I'm so worried about it.
Yeah. I don't get whenever like a naysayer about Final Fantasy 7 remake talks, I always hear the argument, well, they can't just put out the exact same game with better graphics. Why? Why can't they do that?
I don't know.
Because that's literally what people want from a remake of Final Fantasy 7. We don't want like a different Final Fantasy 7.
People like Final Fantasy 7 because it's turn-based.
Yeah.
But then they're going to change the battle system and then make it not what they want.
So
So
it's basically like
a middle finger to everybody.
yeah, it's like only Final Fantasy 7 because it has the same characters and setting. And the setting isn't even the same. Like the main setting is, but if the story's different, then they're going to go to different places, I would assume. Like it doesn't make sense. I don't get why putting out the exact same game with 2019, 2018 graphics would be a bad thing.
And you got people that are like, the world map system would look stupid. Well, I don't really care.
Make it not look stupid.
Yeah.
Like they could just make it not look stupid. If they put some money and work into it, it would look fine.
Like, we don't need it to be like the correct ratio. Like, Cloud doesn't need to actually walk like days across this field. This make the field really small like it was in the old game, make it look really good, and then make the Cloud model look really good on the map, and just let him walk around.
Yeah, what's wrong with that? No one back in 1997?
Yeah.
Yeah, no one back in 1997 was like, this looks stupid. Like, he's way too big. Like, why would we think that now? Like, it would look fine.
Ni no Kuni did it.
Yeah. Ni no Kuni 2. Whew. I don't want to get into that, but
No.
I really want to get into that game. That's for sure. I gotta see if Ni no Kuni is on PlayStation Now because I don't have a PS3 anymore, so I have no way of finishing that game. But anyway, don't want to get too far off track. Final Fantasy 15. What if do you think it gets delayed again, or do you think they only did this because they're 1,000,000% positive?
If it gets delayed, I think it'll be like a one more time for a couple months.
Yeah, that I would bet this channel that it's not going to get delayed again. So I won't do that. But if talked into it, I would think about it. I wish the demo was kind of longer. Like, I don't know. It's just the demo didn't really do much for me, like, in addition to the hype that was already there. Like, I guess it kind of calmed my nerves that the battle system was going to feel bad. So, I guess in that sense, it was good. I don't want to be too spoiled on the game before it comes out. That's why I haven't watched any of the trailers or anything. I'll probably cave and even watch one of the trailers before that, because I think, at least in terms of video games, movies aren't doing this well at all. But at least in terms of video games, video game trailers tend recently they tend to they don't spoil what the game is. It's almost like we want you to watch this before you play the game. If anything, it just helps you. It just gets you excited for it, and it doesn't show what the game is. If that makes any sense. Like the Uncharted 4 story trailer, it just showed him working, just like an everyday job and talking. There was no super major story plot points at all. So I might cave and watch one of them. Do you think you'll end up watching the movie and the anime?
Yeah. Probably closer to the release, though.
Yeah, I don't know. They didn't say anything about for the remaining 4 episodes of the anime. They didn't say anything about a release schedule. Just that they'll all come out periodically before the game comes out. And we are 5.5 or almost 6 full months away from the game coming out. So
I'm gonna wait for all of them to come out before I watch any of it.
Yeah, I'll probably I won't be able to wait. I'll watch them all the day they come out. Oh, go ahead.
I already have to watch all of Attack on Titan when they decide to do season 2. Because I forgot everything about that show.
Oh yeah, that's been on my rewatch list for a while. But I think once they officially announce a date for season 2, my hype for that show will come back and I'll rewatch. Because I remember the major stuff, but there's so many little things I don't remember.
I've debated about getting the manga because the manga's even further than the show is.
Oh yeah, the manga is way farther than the show. The manga, by the time that season 2 of what season 2 of the anime is going to be, the manga's already past that supposedly.
Yep.
So.
And apparently in the manga they haven't found the big what is this thing of the show.
Really?
Yeah.
Dang. They might the season 1 of the show is it doesn't follow the manga beat by beat, so it might be different. And all those big things, I'd much rather watch it happen than read it, so I probably won't get into it.
Yeah.
Oh, and one last little tidbit for Final Fantasy 15. The car radio, you can listen to the car radio while you drive around, and it plays classic Final Fantasy themes when you're driving around, so that's pretty cool.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. Oh, and another thing that they announced is there's going to be a mobile game called Justice Monsters 5, and that's a little mini game that you can play on your cell phone. So they didn't say anything about linking your account to earn in-game rewards or anything like that, but it's a thing if you're into mobile games.
Nope.
Yeah, and if you are, I don't know why you would be. So that pretty much covers everything about Final Fantasy 15. Do you have any other little things that you wanted to mention about it before we move on?
Not really. Just that Brotherhood is also the name of Titus's main sword in 10.
Oh yeah, it is. It reminded me of Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. Yeah.
Yeah.
I still have to beat Final Fantasy 10. I've got it on my...
Me too.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure I'm 30 hours into it on my Vita, but I have no idea how close I am to the end. And I don't want to find out because I'm afraid that I'll see a big spoiler or something because I somehow have managed to not know how that game ends over the past 15 years.
I've known about the ending since a year after it came out.
I kind of have somewhat of an idea because I remember Final Fantasy X-2 starts with Yuna, looking for Titus. So I assume that it ends in some kind of way where Titus goes away. But other than that, I have no idea how it happens. And it kind of sucks that at the point of the game that I'm at right now, it's basically inevitable that Yuna's gonna die. Because she has to go and do her guardian thing, and that's going to lead to her death. But the fact that Final Fantasy X-2 exists at all means that she obviously didn't die. So that kind of sucks that I know that, but oh well. That's not just why I'm playing the game. It's fun. I probably won't. I tell myself I won't get rid of my Vita until I beat that game, but I've had it for 3 years now and haven't beat it. So, all right, moving on. Next, Nintendo finally made their cross-platform, big, unified Nintendo account with, the replacement for Club Nintendo and the thing that unifies your 3DS, your Wii U, your NX, your smart device, your tablet, computer, everything, finally, similar to what Microsoft and Sony have with their respective platforms. Have you made your My Nintendo account yet?
I don't think so.
So, I did, and I downloaded Miitomo, the app. That's totally not for me at all, because you have to have a lot of friends to make it worth anything.
Yep.
Oh my god, my Mii is walking around my screen right now and making squeaky noises. I gotta stop it.
I made my Nintendo account when I made my 3DS account, so I'm kind of worried I don't remember what the information is.
Oh, well,
So I haven't tried.
You made your 3DS account like a while ago, right?
Like 2 years.
Yeah, so it's just a completely new thing now. Like, you would have to restart. Well, you can link your Nintendo account to it. So what you can do, it's like the old Club Nintendo thing where it has rewards. Like, there's an exclusive Zelda Picross game. So Picross. I'm assuming that's how you pronounce it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's an exclusive Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess Picross game for 3DS. And then you can unlock Mii stuff like a Mario outfit, or you can get stuff like 15% off Wind Waker or 15% off Yoshi's Woolly World, stuff like that. Using Miitomo coins or Platinum coins or Gold coins. So it's very similar to Club Nintendo. It kind of sucks that, like, I don't know, it just seems like your hardcore Nintendo fans that would get enough coins to get a discount on something like Wind Waker, they'd probably already own Wind Waker.
Yeah.
Like, I would rather have physical, like,
exclusives.
Yeah, not even just exclusives. Like, exclusives are nice, but if I can get something that I can, like, order and have it shipped to my house, that just seems like it'd be so much better than 30% off of Splatoon. But there's 30% off Captain Toad Treasure Tracker, which is probably the reward I would go for, because that game looks like a ton of fun and I don't have it. And 30% off that game would make it like $34 or something like that. Or no, $24, I mean, which isn't bad at all.
Huh.
But Miitomo is like, it's supposed to be the social app. It's doing very well in terms of downloads, but I think that's mostly just because of curiosity. Like, for me, I have no intentions of using Miitomo ever again, but I downloaded it. You make your Mii, and you can give it a voice. Like, you get a lot of different ways that you can make its voice sound different, but it sounds so robotic, and it's impossible to make it sound like a real human voice, really. And it just asks you, like, these random, pointless questions, like, what do you like about cats?
What?
Yeah. Or, like, one of the questions is, what's your favorite type of bread? So, like, it just random questions that you answer, and then I think, I don't have any friends on there, but I think then your friends get those questions and they have to answer what they think you said, or they just answer it and you now know what your friend's favorite type of bread is. The most popular feature, at least on social media like Twitter, is definitely the picture thing. You can, like, add a background, and you can make your Mii do all these different poses and add all these different things and outfits and stuff, and you can make a picture, which that's pretty cool. Then you can use it as, like, an avatar for a website or your phone background or whatever. That's easily the most popular feature so far, and the only one that I think is worth anything. But maybe if you have a bunch of friends, it's a lot more fun. I don't know.
Yeah, my Twitter feed has been full of that stuff for a couple days now.
Yeah, that's where that's all coming from, is Miitomo. The missions for the My Nintendo rewards, a lot of them are very Miitomo based. Like with the Miitomo coins, it's definitely makes it way more of a social experience. They have different missions like give 3 answers in one day, or listen to your friend's answers 10 times in one day. And then you can get platinum coins from doing stuff like linking your Nintendo Network ID, which is probably the thing that you were talking about with the 3DS.
I think so.
Yeah, so you have your Nintendo Network ID, which is still tied to your Wii U or your 3DS or both. And then the gold coins is what you get for spending actual money, like the old Club Nintendo rewards, and then you can use the gold coins on stuff like 30% off Splatoon or whatever. And that's pretty much my Nintendo in a long nutshell. It's cool. I like it. It's better than not having anything. I love the thing I like most, more than all the rewards, more than everything, is just that we now have one united account. Like, so now I'm not positive yet until they announce the NX, but I feel comfortable knowing that if I buy Super Mario World for the 7th time on my Wii U, then I will hopefully be able to transfer it and have it on my NX when that comes out. Hopefully. Because, I bought Super Mario World on the Super Nintendo. I bought it on the Wii. I bought it on the Wii U. So maybe not 7 times, but a lot of times. I've bought it on every Nintendo console that has let me buy it.
I've bought it once.
I adore that game. It's easily, in my opinion, the best Mario game. Yep. Mario 3 can get out.
Okay.
I mean, it's great. Mario 3 is fantastic. But it ain't Super Mario World. So our final news topic of the day, and then we have one quick viewer topic, listener topic. Cross-platform play. We're getting closer and closer to cross-platform play every single day, with Microsoft saying that they would be willing to work with other platforms like PlayStation if they were approached to do it. This has mostly been coming out because of Rocket League. Rocket League is playable between PS4 and PC, and so are a few other games. And I'm pretty sure now it's Xbox One and PC can cross-platform play Rocket League. I'm not positive on that one, but I'm pretty sure. And they said that Psyonix basically said that they could easily do it. They could do Rocket League, Xbox One, and PlayStation players playing together. And PlayStation responded. They didn't say specifically. They never said anything about Xbox specifically, but they said that they are looking into it, and they may be willing to do something like that. Xbox seemed to be way more open about it than PlayStation did, which is really weird because PlayStation in the past has said that they would do it, but Xbox said no. So now that Xbox said that they would do it, PlayStation seems to be backing off a little. So that's really strange.
Yeah.
But basically, ever since Phil Spencer took over Xbox, they've just been nailing everything, and they've been making it an amazing brand and console and everything. Phil Spencer's doing a great job over there. Good for him.
I still don't want an Xbox One though. Not yet.
Yeah, not yet. Not yet. It's not its time. Yeah, I already don't have enough time or money just having a PS4. Well, I have a Wii U, but I turn my Wii U on like once a month maybe. So like if you add another console, that just can't happen right now. Maybe when Gears 4 comes out, it'll be really hard to say that, but for now, I miss not playing Sunset Overdrive, and that's about it. So Jeremy Dunham, the vice president at Psyonix, has said, quote, "Technologically, everything works. We've got it figured out. Just a little bit of time to get everything up and running. Right now, excitement is the best way to put it. We just want to get in there and make it happen. Elation is probably another word I would use. We're just excited." So basically, it's just all the politics involved now. Like, just Sony and Microsoft basically have to work together at this point to get it done. But it is a feature that they could, in fact, implement for this game. So if a small studio like Psyonix could do it, then surely other studios could do it. Rocket League isn't exactly the most technological heavy game, so that might have something to do with it. But, like, if one game can do it, there's absolutely no reason that every game can't do it. So we're just waiting. I don't think anything could ever end the console wars aside from only one console existing, but this would help a lot because people would no longer feel like they have to convince other people to buy their console. Like, there's no more, oh, that sucks that my friend wants to buy an Xbox, but I want to buy a PlayStation. It's like, oh, well, we can play together anyway. So that'll be fantastic. But you still won't have a cross-platform party system, so that would suck. But baby steps. Baby steps, baby steps, baby steps. All right, that's it for the news this week. For the major news. There's always tons and tons of little pieces of news, but if you're listening to this show, you probably already heard about them from going on the internet or whatever. Maybe every week I'll add a wrap-up news segment where I just like basically read or like
Rapid fire.
Yeah, like rapid fire. Like this game's coming out this date, and this happened really quick, and this happened really quick. I think I might. Yeah, I'll probably start implementing that next week. We have one major listener question that I want to get to, and then we'll close out the show. But he wants to know our comments on story versus gameplay. They don't necessarily directly impact each other. Like Resogun's gameplay is superb, but it doesn't have a story. But then games like, I don't know, The Walking Dead that are almost all story, but there's still gameplay there.
It just depends.
Yeah. Yeah, it really just depends. Like, I don't know, games like RPGs from back in the day, like NES, SNES era, that are like super story heavy, like the old Final Fantasy games or Wild Arms on PS1, something like that. Like, I don't know, the gameplay is still there, but would I prefer a better story or a better game? I mean, I would go better game all the time if I just want to experience a story. Like, I would read a book or watch a movie or a TV show or something, I guess. Like, I don't know if it makes me sound way too picky, but if a game sucks in either of those categories, then I'd rather have it suck in story, I guess. Because if it's a ton of fun but the story sucks, I'm sure there's plenty of games that I like where the story isn't the best. But if they're fun, then they're fun. I'd rather, like, if there was a super compelling story that wasn't fun to play, I'd probably rather have just watched it happen or read it. Can you think of any games where, like, you really like the story but don't really like to play the game? I can't. But I'm sure there's some. I guess, like, the newest Devil May Cry. Like, I didn't hate the story, but it wasn't memorable or that good or anything. But the game was, like, a ton of fun to play.
I mean, if you play a Final Fantasy 13, you get the worst of both. my whole thing with story versus gameplay is just some days I want to play games like Heavy Rain, and some days I want to play games like the first Ninja Gaiden. Like, it's dependent upon my mood.
Right, like, I'm just glad that we live in a world where we don't have to decide. Like,
Yeah.
it always frustrates me so much when a game like Heavy Rain or Until Dawn comes out or The Walking Dead and people say it's not a game. Like, one,
It is a game.
yeah, it is a game. Who are you to say it's not a game? Like, do you have to kill something for it to be a game? Or do you have to have a game over sequence to have it be a game? How is Mario any more of a game than Halo? Or how is Halo more of a game than Until Dawn? And, like, what's it matter? If you are you upset that this game exists? Like, it's not a game, then what is it? It's an interactive experience? Is that what you're going to call it? Like, that doesn't make... Like, sure it is, I guess, but every video game is an interactive experience. I use that term because I've seen it thrown around more often than I should have.
Like Flappy Bird. That is tapping your screen, the game.
Yeah.
Like, that's all it is.
Yeah.
But people call that a game still.
Yeah, how is that more of a game than Gone Home? Just because Gone Home, like, you literally just walk around and examine things. And you can... I don't know. You can technically beat Gone Home in like 50 seconds if you do like the exact right thing, but that's not how you're supposed to experience the game at all. So, like, if every video game was like Gone Home or like Heavy Rain or like Until Dawn, then yeah, that would get pretty old. But the fact that there's like just a few of them every now and then, I don't see the harm in it. And those games are fun. Like, Heavy Rain is fun. I loved playing through that game. It was like, it gives you way more experience than just a movie does because you have choices. It's longer. You like
Different endings.
yeah, different endings. You're still experiencing, like you're still making decisions and doing things that like change what happens in the game. So it's still like a lot of fun, and the fact that it has a great story made it way better. Like people didn't like Beyond Two Souls because the story sucked, and well, in their opinion, the story was bad.
I thought it was okay.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, you liked it.
I played through the game in one shot, though.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard, like, it seems like the majority critique on that game, or not critique, but like opinion on that game is it's just not that good, at least compared to Heavy Rain, which is fantastic. Like, if the game had a bad story with that gameplay, then it's probably even worse because the story is like 90% of the game.
Like,
go ahead.
Like, one thing has to counteract the other thing so much for it to be affected.
And like going way back, like E.T., like E.T. doesn't really have a story.
You gotta get parts for the spaceship.
Yeah, like that's the entire story. But the gameplay sucks. So no one likes it because the game is pure gameplay. Like I always bring up Resogun being fun. If Resogun's gameplay wasn't fun, then that game would be dead in the water because there's literally nothing else to it. So it all just depends on game to game. Something like The Last of Us, which in my opinion completely nails both story and gameplay. If either one of those things were worse, it would bring the game down quite a bit. Like, sure, the story's fantastic, but what if the game felt clunky? Or what if instead of a third-person shooter, it was like, I don't know, a first-person action game? Would it be different? Like, yeah, it'd be really different. And I don't know if it'd be as fun, or it could be more fun. I tend to like third-person more than first-person, so it probably by default for me wouldn't be as fun. But, like, what if the story sucked, though? Like, what if they didn't find a way to make everyone fall in love with the characters and not care that, I won't spoil it, but, like, not care that each time a major plot point happens, I like story and gameplay. But if I had to pick, I would, for a video game, I'd much rather want a game that has incredible gameplay and a bad story than a bad story, or than an incredible story and bad gameplay. It's still better. It's definitely a better question than graphics versus gameplay.
Yeah.
Because I don't think any video game company ever has said, you know what, let's make a game that looks beautiful but sucks. They don't coincide with each other at all. Like, there's games that look terrible that are so fun, and there's games that look beautiful that just bore you to death. And both. There's beautiful games that are fun to play, and there's awful-looking games that are awful to play. Like, the graphics versus gameplay department is just another thing that fuels console wars. So that's our show. That has been Get Some Games episode 17. Thank you all very much for listening to us. Thank you, Weave, very much for joining me. And please remember, if you liked what you heard today, or if you like any of the other content that we have on our channel, please subscribe to us on YouTube. And if you like for just the podcast, we are on all podcast services everywhere. And follow us on Twitter at @GetSome_games for all different kinds of updates that we do, like for instance our Rock Band tournament. And I just love interacting with the community. You guys are always an awesome bunch. And please share us with your friends, because everything is more fun when your friends are involved. So thank you, you beautiful listener, for joining us. Thank you, Weave, for joining me. And until next time.
Don't step into the light, Jack!